So that was super annoying. Took me a lot longer to get out of my hometown than it otherwise should have done. There's a load of roadworks near where I live, and they've shut off loads of roads, and I hadn't realised because I don't really drive this way much nowadays. So yeah, it took me a while to get on the road, so to speak, but we are on our way there now. Also, annoyingly, when I punched in the postcode to get to where we're going, it's actually about twice the distance I thought it was. For some reason, Google Maps on my phone had it at 37 minutes, but in reality it's 67 minutes. So it's slightly over what I would normally do, but that's okay, I don't mind. So where we're heading to today is a little village called Appledore. Now, I hadn't heard of Appledore before, although one of my colleagues at work said it's quite a lovely little place. There is a village car park there. Again, it's not on Park for Night or Ringo or anything like that. I only saw it on Google Maps, and I looked at it, and it doesn't say you can't park there overnight, but we'll have to see what the score is when we get there as to whether or not we can park there. Worst case scenario, if we can't, I'm going to have to finally overcome my thing of parking in a residential area and park in a residential area. Now, there's actually another app I use that I've only mentioned in passing, and it's Strava. I use Strava for running, so it's where I record all my running stats and all my runs, and it's linked to my watch and all that jazz. But what I find Strava useful for is the maps, because when you're looking at the map route or creating a map of where you're going to run, it basically shows you all the public paths and footpaths and bridleways and all of that, and it's actually a really good resource for planning routes in areas. In terms of Appledore, what I found was that it was next to a massive canal called the Royal Military Canal. Now, the Royal Military Canal is something I've heard of before. I've heard of it on a website called Explore Kent. I'll put a link up to it somewhere around here so you can see it. But what Explore Kent is, it's a Kent County Council service, and it basically lists up loads of routes and walks and stuff that you can do within Kent. There's hundreds of them. There's so many there. Some are linear, some are circular, and the Royal Military Canal is one that I've seen on there before. So that's quite a good little fluke. So we started off with just a name, we found a car park, and then we found what could be quite a good run tomorrow. Funny enough, just driving past the turning for Lenham. That's car camp I did a couple of months ago. It's definitely on my list to go back to, and although it would be potentially nice weather tomorrow to go on the North Downs Way, the thing I didn't really do last time, I am committed to Appledore. Okay, and not only have we just driven past Lenham, but we're also going to be driving pretty much near to Lydd, which was another place we went to, Lydd on Sea. That was an awesome park up. But another one, I mean, all the park ups I've done so far are pretty much ones I could quite happily do again. So yeah, this is certainly a part of Kent that I clearly like, this general area, and the fact that everything is around here. Okay, so we are 10 minutes out. We're off the main road and we're now on the smaller roads. Luckily I'm driving behind a nice slow lorry so I can take in the surroundings for a change. This lovely little village, and these really nice old quaint houses. Lovely. This really is a welcome to the Kent countryside. See all the footpaths everywhere going off into the fields, and it's lovely. Made even nicer with the sunset coming down as well. I think this is why I travel so much in Kent, because it's on my doorstep. I live in Kent, and there's just so many villages and so many nice places to explore, and it's all on your doorstep. So we're now on Appledore Road, which I'm going to guess means we're nearly there. We're only 5 minutes out, so that would indicate we are very close. Now, every village I ever go to have public toilets. Let's see what they're like. Very nice. There you go, Appledore, gateway to the Romney Marsh. Well, it's a bit late for caffeinated coffee, but I really needed that, so it's a treat. Last month I experimented and created what I call a Japanese style ASMR video. That's because I've been watching quite a lot of the Japanese creators and I love that style of video. It's so relaxing. I mean, it's very different doing it in a Zafira as opposed to the van or the little house on wheels that one of the guy has. So it is more restrictive doing it in here, but I think the last one did work in terms of filming little bits in the car, going for a walk and a run and then coming back. And the good thing for me is, where, as you'll know, I mainly only go car camping once a month. So for me, I can make one car camp last potentially 2 weeks. However, what I need to do is resist the temptation to post it. After my last car camp in Edenbridge, within the space of about 3 days, I uploaded the ASMR version, I uploaded the normal version, and then I shot my next top 5 essential stealth camping. So rather than doing what most people would do, which is post one a week for 3 weeks, I did mine all within 3 days. So in theory, I could make my videos last longer if I resist the temptation to post it as soon as I've edited it. I don't know if I'm going to win that battle either, but I can give it a go of trying to drag it out a little bit. And I do also have one idea for one more little video I'm going to do. As you'll know from my channel, from my setup playlist, I do a lot of, I suppose, car camping tutorials and other little random tutorials, really, like the YouTube channel Creation One, the Why I Car Camp. What I'm actually going to create a little playlist called Matt's Musings, and in that I'm going to put all the vlogs where currently I haven't got a playlist for them because they don't fit into any of my playlists, which are drone, running, setup, car camping. I think that's it. So yeah, that's the plan. So the next video that I will do, other than this version and the ASMR version of this, it'll be a relatively short video of, in essence, how this car goes from family mode to solo camping mode, and it'll be filmed in real time. So I've got so many cameras now that I can position them all around, and I could do it in real time to show how quick and easy it is with my setup to go from A to B, which, if you have this as a family car, then you'll know how important that is, to be able for it to be a car for your kids, but also a car for your camping fun. I mean, actually, my YouTube habit is changing a bit now, and I'm starting to watch more of the YouTubers with, I suppose, more so the same sub count as me. It's almost like supporting those who don't have thousands and thousands. So with the exception of Mortz, who I'll always watch because I love Mortz. In fact, his latest video has just dropped. He's in Iraq now, and typical Mortz, the first 5 seconds he's driving on the wrong side of a motorway. So I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of that later on. Probably have to watch that tomorrow when I get home. Funnily, I had planned to do a very dramatic drone shot when I parked up here. The plan was to put the drone on top of the car roof and then do that shot where the drone goes. I can't think what the name for that is, but unfortunately where I'm parked is right under a telegraph pole, and obviously the wire means I can't do it anyway. The fact I'm so close to residential mean I can't really either. So this month's treat is curly noodle with broccoli, mushroom and salmon. Nom nom. So next month, as you might remember, was supposed to be my 40-mile Testway Ultra car camp and run session. Now, because I've had the chest infection last couple of weeks, and because I had COVID before that, all of that has coupled still to have quite a significant impact on my lungs and my ability to run what I call more the longer distances, so anything over 20 miles basically. So because of that, I have to be sensible, and I'm going to defer the Testway Ultra again for next month, and I think that'll go back to possibly November or the following year. Because to be honest, whilst I don't mind having a do not finish, I don't think there's any point in doing it when I really suspect I won't finish it. I mean, 40 miles on a trail is hard work, and well, it's hard work at the best of times, and I've not been able to train anywhere near that distance recently, so I kind of know it's not going to work, or I'm going to cause myself an injury or something worse. So the sensible person doesn't do it. What I will do instead though is I will sign up with another company that's fairly local to me, Saxons, Vikings and Normans. Now they do lapped events, so I've done a couple of them already. I've done a lapped marathon and a lapped ultra with them. They're anything from 1 mile laps all the way up to 6 mile laps, and basically you just run around in circles for the amount of time you have. So I think it's about 8 hours maximum time, and you run as many laps as you can, and in effect you run whatever distance you're able to. So some people may literally just do 1 lap and that's them done. Some people may go for the whole 8 hours and run for as long as. So for me, I think at the moment that's probably a perfect way for me to do a run, but to do it to an extent that I can manage it, because I can just run around and stop at a half marathon or a marathon or whatever basically. So it's quite a good idea. Now clearly that's not going to be a particularly exciting run for me to film, because I'm just going to be going around in circles. But nonetheless, once I find an event and sign up for it, I will still film it, but it'll be a small part of that particular vlog, because I say it is just the same, round and round in circles. So as you would have seen as well by my little i13 test video, I have finally my new iPhone, which has a much bigger memory, which means I can go back to editing my vlogs on my phone again, which is cool. I've never had a mobile with optical zoom before, so to have this one, you have this, and it basically is perfect for your car because it makes it look so much bigger. This is normal. Ooh. And this is ultra wide. It's really cool. Well, I've definitely reached that point in the night where I've eaten a massive meal, and now I feel rather drained and tired. Very nice, very filling. So yeah, I've still got my windows open, which is pretty cool, because of course, although I have the rain deflectors, which means I can crack the windows a bit, the advantage of having the sunshades on the windows as well means for nights like this, where I don't mind opening my windows because it's not raining, in effect people can't see that my windows open, because in effect it's hidden by the sunshade. So it's a double win basically. I've got the windows probably around half down, and even though I've got the cardboard behind that, I can still feel the air circulating through the car. So it's 11 o'clock and I've just been catching up on some YouTubes, really doing a bit of editing and just generally chilling out in this position. As I thought it would be, it was super quiet here last night. Didn't even hear the cars going past, to be honest. I think it might have been a car that woke me up this morning, because where this is the village car park, there was a school bus that was parked out there just now, and I think what I'm hearing is maybe some of the school mum and dads dropping off, or this is a weird drop-off point where coaches collect. But other than that, I didn't hear a peep, just the sound of birds and the occasional fox, I think. So yeah, it's another quality park up we have added to the collection. So yeah, let's crack on. Let's drink the coffee, get myself ready slowly, and then bugger off. Let's utilise my new optical zoom to see if anyone's actually in this car or not. Doesn't go good enough. There they are. Okay, so clearly one coffee is not enough for me. I'm normally a 3 coffee morning kind of guy. So let's get the stove out and boil some water. Yes, so as you can tell, I am in my running gear and it's time to hit the trails. Sheep on the trail. Sheep on the trail. Hello. Strangely friendly sheep. These fat ones, Jesus Christ, look at the size of it. It's huge. Is it friendly? No. On the whole, this canal path is quite enclosed with trees both sides. Every now and again, it completely opens out. You see the awesome countryside on both sides actually. It's so quiet and peaceful. So just now I went down to the end of the high street and down to the Royal Military Canal. But on Strava I can see this is another footpath that goes in another direction, opposite, and that is literally at the end of the car park. Although you can't see my cars behind the big blue one at the end. So yeah, it has lots of potential here. So I think this video is going to end up being quite a long one in total, because you've got the walk, you've got the drone, you've got the run-in, you've got the in-car camp stuff. But I think, to be honest, I'm okay with it. I only post once a week, so it's not so bad. Whilst not the healthiest option, because I intentionally boiled too much water this morning with my coffee, I could save some to make this when I got back. So this is from good old Aldi. It's basically what I call a pot rice. I don't know if you remember pot rices, like the pot noodle family. They always had pot rice, but they stopped making. This is basically a Japanese katsu curry pot rice, and it's not too bad. And I've made it with the thermos water. It takes twice as long to cook it, but nonetheless, it's a nice, quick, easy snack. Perfect for car camping.